You do not have to use sugar. You do not have to use sugar. You do not have to use sugar. Okay, you guys, today I'm so excited. It is Thanksgiving Eve. Okay, we doing the countdown for Thanksgiving Eve, and I just wanted to pop in, and I'm taking a risk. Okay, so usually I bake my candy yams, but today we gonna try these candy yams on the stove top. Okay, but before we get to the candy yams, I just want to say I have been watching so many videos on Southern style candy yams, and today, first, we are going to veganize the candy yams, number one. And number two, we are going to get rid of 3 and 4 cups of white sugar. Oh my God, you guys. I cannot believe that people are out here making candy yams with all this sugar and all this butter, okay? So today, we're going to do these candy yams. We're going to get us some coconut oil. The coconut oil is going to be for our butter, okay? We are going to use, okay, don't come for me, vegan people, because we're using this honey today, okay? I am a vegan, but I do believe that honey is very medicinal. A lot of people do not agree. They feel like it is an animal byproduct. And, you know, so some people, ethically speaking, do not like to use honey. I understand. You do what you do. Today, I might use a little bit of honey. But I want to show all of my non-vegan people who use sugar all the time that you can use honey. I have coconut nectar, which is a really cool sugar or sweetener. It is not sugar, it is a sweetener that is out on the market now. It has a rich amber maple leaf flavor. It's not real sweet, but I have a feeling if you cook with it, it would be really delicious. Now, I don't really cook with this. I use it to drizzle on top of things. You know, I lean on the raw food side. So most of the things I use coconut nectar for, I'm blending it in my smoothie. I'm putting it on top of things, and I'm blending things and mixing things together. So I don't know about cooking with it, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's rich, it's thick. I promise you, it's probably delicious as I don't get out. Another amazing sweetener you can use is agave, right? So agave is another amazing low glycemic. All of these are low glycemic sweetener. You do not have to use sugar. You do not have to use sugar. You do not have to use sugar. Okay. How many times I gotta say it? And then we have the age-old, wonderful, amazing maple syrup. So look in your cabinet. Look in your cabinet. See what you got already. If you don't have it already, go buy some and keep it on your shelf, because these are the types of sweeteners that you need to gradually replace your white sugar, replace your brown sugar. Just replace the sugar. Get the sugar out your life, child. Okay, and then we're going to use a little bit of vanilla extract. I'm using the Simply Organic vanilla extract. We're going to use some pecans. So I got some crushed pecans here. And then I have an array of different seasonings and spices, okay? So I got some allspice. Some people put allspice, it just depends. I don't know if I'm using the allspice, but you know, we got allspice. A lot of people use it in their sweet potato or in their pumpkin pie. You know, whatever your culture, whatever you do, whatever your mama did, whatever your big mama did, whatever your grandmama did, you know, whatever your nana did, you know, back in the day, you feel me? And then I got some, I got 2 kinds of cinnamon. I got a cinnamon here. I have the Spice Island cinnamon, and then I have and then I have a nutmeg, and then I have another cinnamon. So I got allspice, cinnamon, and nutmeg. So all of these this is the Whole Foods brand. These are all like organic spices, okay? And then, you know, because we are all into like the caramel praline, what is it? Salted caramel craze with the salt and all that. So I got some, I got me some Himalayan pink salt right here. So at the end, when it's all said and done, you can sprinkle a little Himalayan salt and get that like salt caramel flavor on those candy yams. What child? What child? What child? What you say? What you say? What you say? Okay, so that's what's up. So, you know, one more again, we're using coconut. We got any kind of sweetener up here. Honey, coconut nectar, agave, maple syrup. We got vanilla extract. We're using some pecans, a little salt. We got cinnamon. We got allspice. We got nutmeg. Okay, so that's what's up with the spices, okay, for the vegan candy yam. So we're gonna move all this stuff out the way until it's time to use it. I don't know what sweeteners I'm gonna use today, but I just wanted to let everyone know this is the kind of sweetener I'm using. So today I'm only using like 2 sweet potatoes. I'm sorry, these are not sweet potatoes, these are yams. I got 2 organic yams because, you know, I'm just doing this for this video and then I gotta make it again on Wednesday or Thursday. So I'm just making a little bit today. I'm gonna share with the friends. So you guys, I went to the store the other day and I got these little, this is OXO, these little peelers. OMG. So I peeled this one. So I washed these and cleaned it already. So I just want to show you guys how easy and effortlessly this is to peel. Child, this is so cute. I love this little thing. And look, there's no potato on it. You know how back in the day we used to peel the potatoes and it'd be like hella potato on the rind because you couldn't get it. Okay, so today I got me a peeler, girl. I got me some new school peelers up in here. I'm doing the yams on the stove today, okay, y'all? We just gonna roll with it, and if it doesn't cook in a timely fashion, then we'll have to do a part 2, and we'll just have to see how it looks when it's nice and cooked and beautiful and all candied and all that old good stuff. So now you see how easy I did that? Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm just gonna make some thin little circles. I'm just gonna cut it because, like I said, I'm doing it on the stove top, and I have to admit I ain't never did it on the stove top, but that's okay because it's still gonna be delicious and it's gonna be amazing. So I think of it like, you know how we make what's that called? Like when we make fried potatoes in the morning, you know, it's the same concept. I mean, it's basically the same thing. It's just you putting sweetness instead of savoriness, right? So I'm gonna cut these kind of thin because I don't want them to be too thick to cook on the stove top. But yeah, so I'm just gonna cut these up. I like them in the circles, you know, other people do other things. Plus, so the only thing about the cashew cream, it's not gonna be like frothy. But I remember I used to sneak and put Miracle Whip. Was it Miracle? It's not Miracle Whip. What? Cool Whip. I used to put Cool Whip. I used to put Cool Whip on mine. So here we go. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna put it in the pan, and this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna use a little coconut oil, and I think this coconut is brand new, so hold on a second. Let me get this thing off here. So I'm gonna use this coconut oil, and I don't know what sweetener. So I'm using honey today, but like I said, you can use maple syrup, you can use agave, and you can use coconut nectar, okay? But I'm gonna use this honey. Y'all vegans out there, don't come for me, because I'm using this honey. I don't want to hear it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some coconut oil at the bottom of this pan, first of all, okay? And then in a minute, it's gonna like melt. Actually, I'm gonna melt it now. I'm gonna melt the coconut right now so you can see what it looked like. So we're gonna do this on the stove top so that we can see how we can make it fast, okay? So I'm just taking it and heating the oil, the coconut oil, just melt it down a little bit, okay? So you know, heat heat the pan up and get the oil on there really good. Coconut oil can cook at very high levels, so it's really good to use coconut oil, and it doesn't go transient until it gets a certain temperature. Now, when you use other oils like vegetable oil and stuff like that, at certain temperatures it becomes transient, and then when it's transient, it basically just becomes a poison. Okay. So I know y'all like y'all Crisco or whatever vegetable oil, but I'm not gonna do that today. We're using coconut oil because I love coconut oil. And let me tell you something. Back in the day, when they was trying to figure out what to feed these cows, when they was like, oh, we're gonna make the cows all big, they tried to feed the cows coconut oil, and the cows got thin. They got lean. So then what's that gonna do to your steak? Then you're not gonna have no fat on your steak. So then they was like, oh, that's not gonna work. So we gotta stop. We gotta feed them GMO corn and all this other stuff. So that's what's up. So I'm doing the coconut, and so now I'm gonna take all of the yams and I'm gonna layer here. Maybe I can bring it over here. I'm gonna bring it over here, and I'm gonna put it on this thing so you guys can see. And I'm just gonna layer the coconut on top of the yams in the pot, okay? Because that's the whole thing, is we want to get the coconut all in it, okay? So, and I'm just doing a little bit because I don't want to be eating this stuff for days at a time. So I'm going through and I'm putting coconut all between the yams, okay? And there's nothing wrong with this coconut. This coconut is not fattening. It's good for every part of your body. It's good for your body, your hair, your digestion. So if you start using cooking with coconut oil, it is definitely a better choice, okay? So don't talk about how much coconut oil I use. It doesn't really matter, because the more the better, okay? So it's okay to use a lot of coconut. I wish I had the spray, that way I wouldn't have to like gook it on. But I just want to go through and put the coconut like on all of the potatoes, because I never cooked it on the stove, and I just want to make sure that we get all of the coconut on all of it. So I know this is definitely a non-traditional way to make it, but it's okay. It's still going to end up being the same, okay? It's still going to end up tasting just as delicious, if not better. Hey, that part. It's going to be better, but I just want to make sure I get all of the coconut on like all the pieces, because these pieces, they're kind of big, and I just want to make sure I get coconut. And you know what? The coconut is going to give it such an amazing flavor, really good flavor. So we want it to cook really good in there, and we want to make sure it's nice and oiled up, because, you know, we may not be able to mix all of it up. And one of the things I learned is that yams have like a lot of water, so I'm not putting any water in this either, y'all. So you know, I'm just doing a do. So this right here would be considered the butter replacement, okay? So if you use butter, don't use butter, use coconut oil. It's so much better. It's such a better choice. So I'm just going through, so just think of it like I'm putting butter on all of the potatoes. Okay, so that's that. So this is what I did. Ooh, it's hot underneath there. So I put all the coconut on all of the yams, okay? And then we're gonna heat that up. And then, while we're doing that, we are going to layer the, I'm gonna use honey. So I'm gonna layer the honey on there as well. So I'm just gonna go through and put the honey all through there. Now, I don't know how much I used. That was probably like 3 or 4 tablespoons, okay? So, here, I'm gonna show you. So, I've just put the honey, I just drizzled the honey all on top, okay? And I might use a little bit more as it cooks, okay? And now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw some cinnamon and some nutmeg. I'm just gonna throw some cinnamon and some nutmeg. So I'm just putting a little nutmeg on it. Because in a little while it's gonna get like really brown from all the honey, and I might put a little bit more honey, but I'm just putting a little nutmeg and a little bit of cinnamon right now so that you'll get like a little bit of that cinnamony flavor, okay? And so that was probably like a tablespoon of honey and like maybe a tablespoon of the nutmeg. We're gonna do this. So then I'm just gonna put a little cover on that, and I have it on like medium, okay? And then we'll top it off and do all the other stuff as it cooks a little bit more, okay? So that's what's up with the yams. That's how we make the vegan yams. So now I'm getting ready to make the cashew cream, okay? So the cashew cream, so this is just some clean water. So what I did was I took like, I believe this was, I don't know, I threw the package away. It was a whole package of cashews. So this is raw cashews, okay? These are raw cashews. Make sure it says raw on the container, okay? You don't want roasted, you don't want salted, you don't want nothing. You want raw cashews, okay? It's really important that they're raw because it may not behave the same way if it's not raw. Plus, cooked cashews do have a tendency to be a little toxic and difficult to digest on the stomach. So I soaked these overnight, okay? So we'll just say maybe it was like a cup of cashews. So about a cup or 2 cups of cashews, soak them overnight. And then what happens is when you soak them, you're like activating the digestive enzymes that's in the nuts, okay? So we grew up eating nuts that like were roasted, like roasted sunflower seeds, roasted pecans, roasted pistachios, and you know, all walnuts, all the different nuts that we grew up eating, and they weren't necessarily healthy because if you are not able to digest nuts, i.e. some of my gluten-free sisters out there as well, you may not be able to eat nuts, digest them. So sometimes people have issues with digesting nuts. So the best way to deal with that is to soak them overnight, and then that way you can activate the digestive enzymes in it. So I'm going to walk away from the frame and pour this out and clean the cashews real quick. I'll be right back. You don't want to use the water from last night. You want to use fresh water, okay? Because that water is toxic. So it's not the end of the world if you eat it. Different people do different things, but for me, because I have massive digestive issues, it's really important that I don't have the water that it was soaked in, because it's just better to use fresh water. And I always have a bad habit of filling this up. So hopefully it's gonna break down. It's gonna be okay. Maybe I should do it in the Vitamix. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about it. No way. Okay. A dash of vanilla extract. Just a dash. Just a dash. Here. It smells so good. Smells so good. I love vanilla. Oh yeah, and then we need to do a little bit of water. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of water. Let me see. I had a cup in here and I'm doing like, I don't know, maybe like a half a cup or something. I'm sorry, I had 2 cups in here, so I'm doing like a half a cup of water. So now we're just gonna blend this up. I don't know what's going on. Okay. That part. Hold on. Okay, sorry, I have to use the Vitamix because this little food processor don't want to act right. So Get your appliances. Make sure appliances working right. Okay. This is what happened when you get something during COVID. I'm just gonna put it on 2. So you just whip up the cashews. I'm getting hot because it's like everything is happening. Okay. Look at that! Look at that, child. It smells good, don't it? A happy medium. Not too soft, not too hard. Okay, so we just got that on low. And then we got our cream right here. Woo! Look at, oh, it smells good. Okay, I'm gonna do it a little bit more. I'm gonna put a little bit, it's perfect the way it is, but I'm gonna put a little bit more water just to make it a little bit. So here, I'm gonna put it on the frozen dessert just to see how that works, okay? So I'm just gonna put it on that. But the cream is hitting. Okay, woo, that Vitamix don't play, baby. Let me tell you, baby. Look at that. Oh, it smells so good. Here, I'm gonna taste it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna use a little, just like a little bit. A little coconut nectar. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just to make it a little sweeter. Okay. Oh! And then I'm gonna put just a little bit more vanilla extract. Okay? Because it was a lot of, you know, you don't want to use too much extract. But okay, so we're gonna try it again. And I'm not gonna put it on that high. I'm gonna put it back on the 3. So there we go. Now I'm gonna check on the yams. Okay, look at that. All right. Okay. Ciao. Woo! This is gonna be good. Look at that cream. Look at that. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna pour the cream. So this is a non-dairy cream, you guys. This is considered a nut cream or a nut-based cream. So this is cashew cream. This is homemade cashew cream out of fresh cashews. And you can make this cream for anything, okay? You could do this for anything. You can make this cream. You can put this cream on sauce. You can make like an Alfredo sauce. I'll make an Alfredo sauce. You can make Alfredo sauce with this cream. You can make pesto sauce with this cream. You can do whatever you want with this cream, child. Let me tell you that right now, child. So that's the cream. I'm finna lick it. Don't be mad at me. Ooh. Ooh. That caramelized potato look, you know, that's it right there. It's like buttery, coconutty, delicious. Okay, that's it right there. I'm gonna put a little bit more, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of vanilla extract, just a little bit, because the vanilla is really hush, hush, child, hush. I cannot believe I am frying the yams. I have never done this. That's so awesome. I'm so glad it's working out. And it smells so delicious. I'm going to do the pecan. I'm going to throw the pecans on top because I like the pecans to have like all the flavoring, you know, in the like all the flavoring with the honey and all that stuff. So I'm gonna save some to garnish it, but I'm gonna put some in there too. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit more honey, because you can never have too much honey, boo-boo. So I'm going to, these yams, woo, child. Okay. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Woo, I did it! I freaking did it! Look at that! It looks good, don't it? Look at that. Okay, let me move the string beans out the way. And then we're just gonna throw a little bit of this cream. We're gonna throw a little bit of cream on it. And there we go. We're gonna sprinkle a little bit of these nuts on here on top. A little honey, just a little teeny tiny honey. Just a little honey. Throw a little honey on the cream. And honey child, here are Candied Southern style candy yams. Vegan, vegetarian, no dairy, no sugar, no butter, no fat. Amazing, delicious, delicious, delicious. Okay, so I'm going to do a taste test. Okay, let me see what piece I want. Let's see. I'm gonna get a little bit of cream and a little bit of nuts. Okay, so here we go. Woo, child! I hope it's cooked. See, it tastes like yams, don't it? It's not all overcooked. It's not too sweet. It's just right. You got your cream. I mean, you could probably cook it a little bit more, but it's delicious. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do these string beans real quick. I'm just gonna let me just cut them off real quick. It's a whole bunch, so just bear with me. I'm just gonna cut the ends off, and then I'm gonna French style them. This skillet, this is like an old school skillet, so I have to like kind of preheat it a little bit because it takes a minute. So, and then I'm gonna use some olive oil. This is the fancy olive oil from the farmer's market. I'm just gonna coat the pan with probably about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, okay? So, and then for the string beans, we're gonna do cranberries, fresh organic cranberries. These are orange flavored cranberries, so we're just gonna use some fresh cranberries. And then we're gonna use some almondine almonds. They're already sliced up, nice sliced up almonds, okay? So that's what we're gonna do with the string beans, to get the string beans. And then like I said, I did like 2 tablespoons of olive oil, okay? So we're just gonna throw that on the stove. But so now I'm gonna throw the string beans in there, and that's how they look. Now I'm just coating the string beans with some olive oil. So I'm gonna use a little bit of, I'm using a little bit of spice, you guys. I'm using some oregano. Just a little bit of pepper. Chris, you like spice? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. We're gonna make them a little spicy, okay? And so just like a splash of cayenne, just a splash. Just to give it that little And then, okay, let me turn that down a little bit. So, you know, these are string beans. So string beans, you know, you can eat them raw. So you really don't want your string beans to be, you know, all overcooked. You know, you just want to like bring them to a heat, heat it real good. You know, get the pan real heated real good. So there we go. So I'm just, you know, doing that. Getting the olive oil and the spices on there real good. Just a little bit. This pan is really hot, so you don't have to, you know, you don't want to overcook the string beans. You want the string beans like, you know, pasta, you know, when they say pasta is al dente, you know, to the teeth. You want the string beans to be the same way. You want them to be al dente, mommy, al dente. Okay, so I'm going to heat them up just a little bit more. And then now I'm going to throw the garnish on there. Now I do it in the pan, you guys, because I like the garnishes to have a little bit of the flavor of the food, you know, a little bit. So you kind of want these cranberries to have a little bit of olive oil on them, and you want them to taste good, you know. Now the almonds, you could do the almonds as a garnish last, but the because the cranberries are so sweet, you know, you want to cook a little bit of that sweetness out. So I'm just going to throw them in this pan right here. And there you go. There's your cranberry string beans. There's a little bit of cranberry in there. And it's nice and cooked. And I'm going to put a little bit more on top. If you want a little bit more on top through there. And then we're going to throw some, throw a little bit of the almonds on there. And then it'll be like a nice crunch. And there you have it. And you just got some string beans. Now if you have like some mashed potatoes or something like that for your person, you know, this is a nice extra side. Here are the almondines, string beans with the cranberry and olive oil. Okay, so that's another amazing dish that you can make for Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm so excited. So this is the final. Okay, everybody, I hope you love these dishes. Tell me how your yams went. Child, tell me how your yams went. And if you do the coconut cream or the cashew cream, let me know. The cashew cream is tricky. You gotta like keep putting some sweetness in there to get it where you want it to be. Otherwise, it naturally kind of tastes like a sour cream or a cream cheese kind of situation. So you gotta like keep putting that sweetness in that cashew cream. Okay. So again, so here, let me get the yams. So here was the final yams. Here are the yams. These are the vegan yams with the cashew cream. And then we got the string beans with the cashew, with the almonds and the cranberries, okay? So it's your girl, Christy B, integrating, holistic urban night, integrating mind, body, and spirit. Thank you. I love you. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Add garlic powder. Oh, it's too late, Toddy. That was a good idea. That was a great idea, right? But you know, these gonna be good even without the garlic, girl. These are gonna be delicious, okay? So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Thank you. Love you. Peace out. I'll talk to you